Hi everybody, welcome to Nice Shot Productions. I'm Seth Harwood, and today with me I have Mike Hiller, and we're going to be going over the 2013 Veterans Park Open final round. This is part one. We got the first 12 holes. To start off, we got Sean Worley at 10 under, Jared Roan and Miles Seaborn sitting 6 under, and right behind them are Tet Zen and Eric McCabe at 5 under. So let's start off with hole one. We're playing the gold tees on hole one. It's about 590 feet. You're going to be going straight downhill, a little bit of a wind, and the pin's going to be tucked back in the right where you see the arrow back into a grove of trees. So let's see how these guys start off. So Sean's teeing off, and he gets a pretty decent rip down the middle.
Are we playing a little headwind here, or?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a headwind, but you're coming up that hill, so you get a little bit of a swirl going to it.
Gotcha.
And Jared Roan couldn't get up the second footage on that one, but we'll try better next time. Now, Mike, have you seen Miles play before in any tournaments?
Yeah, he's a really clutch player. Team DD, great group of guys.
Yeah, they all seem to like a lot of the new plastic that they've come out with. A lot of them throwing the Giants. There's Tet Zen, him and his brother Town are some locals that come out and only really show up to compete with each other.
Here's one of my good friends, Eric McCabe, great player, 2010 world champ.
I always got to put that in there. Now he's throwing a Giant off of this one in that little headwind. That Giant's been a pretty consistent disc for everybody. Everybody seems to like it a lot, and he got a monster drive down to the bottom.
That's a great shot.
And here's Miles looking straight at it and just rips one right down that center chute, getting into the trees. He's going to have a good look at it. And here's Jared. I've never seen Jared play. Have you seen him play before?
No, this is the first time. He's going with that hyzer shot over the top of the trees.
Yeah, it's a gutsy move, just trying to crash in down there, but he really didn't have a shot, and that came out pretty well. Just popped out, and he's going to have a look at it.
There's Eric up shot.
Looking like the Unabomber.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't look like he's too happy with it, but he might have a good putt. There's Sean Worley, current leader, going on another big hyzer out, trying to crash in through the top.
Seems like the way to go, right?
A lot of the pros like that big hyzer throw, and there's Tet. Now that's Tet's third shot and almost makes it in. We didn't get a second one, just a short shot into the ground. And here is Jared for his 3.
Oh, a little to the right.
Just to the right. And Sean Worley just kind of laying up. Might not have had too much of a run at that basket.
Ooh.
Off the tree for Eric. He's going to take a 4 on there. Here's Miles for his 3. That was a great shot coming into those trees.
Oh, yeah.
And nails the par putt. So good first hole for Miles Seaborn. He takes a par. Everybody else is going to pick up 1 stroke, and Sean's still in the lead at 9 under, but Miles picked 1 up on Jared. He's sitting at 6. Now, hole 2 is a tight tunnel shot. It's about 630 feet. Pin's going to be over on the left, and the goal here really is to stay in the middle of this as much as possible.
Miles cranking one out here, and it's turning over.
Oh yeah, gets stuck in those trees, looking down the right-hand side of that fairway, and you know, a lot of these pros seem to just pull out the driver. I know they're a whole lot better than I am, but I probably would have played something a little bit shorter, just try and land up by the tee box.
Yeah, make a safe shot on this one for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there really is no leeway either way on the side of this fairway. And Jared Roan rips a driver right down.
That's a beautiful shot.
That's exactly where you want to be. Here comes Teddy. And his is going to go a little bit low, but pops up, and he's going to be just short of the tee pad for the short tee placement.
Got Eric here cranking one.
Yeah. Now this one, Eric's throwing the escape here, and it looks like it didn't flip enough for him. He's going to be on the left-hand side of the fairway. There's Teddy with his second shot. He was out, and this one's going to look pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That's a great upshot.
Right under it. He's going to have an easy par from there. Miles stuck on the right-hand side, trying to throw out, and he's going to stay on the right-hand side.
Eric with the second shot.
Oh, just a little bit short.
Little tree love, it looks like there.
Yeah, might have kept him out and still be able to putt at it. Here's that second shot off a beautiful drive from Jared Roan. Comes up a little bit short. That's surprising. Sean Worley taking a safe approach to it, coming out way wide.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Now Miles really trying to get close here, but he's honestly looking at saving a bogey.
Yep.
So
Eric first three.
Big putt for three. And just off of it. Oh, that's got to sting a little bit. And Jared picking up a par. So good par for Jared. Catches back up with Miles, and Sean drops a stroke to 8 under. But Eric drops one back at Ted at 3 under. So coming up on a hole 3 now. Playing the kind of gold position. They've got the pin tucked way back. It's about 400 feet, but you're going uphill. It's going to play more about 500 feet. And these guys are going to have a big drive off the teapot.
Just a bomber.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can get it out there.
Crank a big ol' hyzer out.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go with a big hyzer, and you got to hope that it sticks out in that fairway. And there's Ted ripping his out there. All these guys have huge arms. Let's see, who do we have up next? We got Miles coming out with just a monster drive. Here's Sean with his drive off the tee pad. Another big hyzer. He's going a little low.
Yep. Still good position for sure.
Yeah, with that pin tucked way back there, it's
tough.
It's going to be real tough for him. There's Eric throwing his out, getting it nice and high and long.
Yeah, he's tucked over on that left-hand side too.
Yeah, it'd be a great shot for the short pin position. There you see him. Ted's going to go a little low, trying to punch through that gap in the trees, and the pin's about 80 feet back in there. I got Sean going up way high over. And that's why they call it the pro shot, just that big hyzer. I don't have the arm for it.
No, me neither.
Looks like Jared's going to throw a mid-range, that gator that he's been warming up with today.
We got Miles here. Looks like he's going to go up over the top also with a big spike hyzer.
Oh, yeah. Try and just throw a dart at it.
Eric's looking at the same thing here.
It's real tough to see where you're aiming at. You almost have to know the course already before you come up to this pin position. And I've never played it there, but it's looking like a beast of a hole. Here's Sean with his par putt and just misses it. Here comes Eric. Went a little bit long off of his second shot.
Yep.
Then Miles trying to save a par and just tickles the chains.
Yeah, tickled it.
That's tough, but you don't lose any strokes. Everybody's going to take a 4 on there. So everything's staying the same, and Sean Worley's still sitting at 7 under, and Jared and Miles are tied back up at 4 under. Now this is one of those short holes where you have to birdie really to keep a stroke on everybody. It's only about 240 feet, and I like to take a putter just straight down the middle. I'm guessing these guys aren't.
Yeah, it's amazing the look they do with this one. Big hyzer over the top. I'm with you. Putter down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just not as good as they are. There's Ted taking a flick route at it, and that's going to end up pretty good. He should have a look at birdie there. And Miles going, yep, another spike hyzer at it. But these guys have been playing a while, and I know they get real good at that control for it, just the distance on those spike hyzers.
For sure. What's the wind doing on this hole?
It's coming a little bit over right to left, so you got to be real careful with those spike hyzers. The wind doesn't start to push it left.
Gotcha.
We finished up. Eric's coming in now. He's got about a 25, 30 footer for his birdie and just floats it by. That's pretty unusual for him.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, just splashed out.
Yeah, those are the putts that you want to have back. And there's Jared picking up his deuce.
Solid putt.
Here's
Miles.
Yeah, he's going to make it. He's tall enough, he could just about reach that in from there. And there's Teddy picking up his deuce. So you got 3 deuces. Sean and Eric are going to drop a stroke to everybody with their par. But it's still a lot of golf left. Everybody's still bunched up there. 7 under's leading it right now. And we come into hole 5, which is a pretty deep downhill shot. There's a landing area about 350 feet. You're going to want to throw a hyzer, and this wind's going to be pushing you back over to the left. Let's see how Jared plays this one out.
Yeah, this is one of their signature holes on this course.
It is. Everybody loves throwing this hole just because you get to watch a disc float in the air for so long. Teddy putting one out wide right. Seeing it come back in. That's going to give him a pretty good putt.
Oh, yeah. He'll be happy with that one.
That easy. Miles has that nice, easy throw that everybody wants to emulate. It doesn't look like he's putting too much into it. And you have Sean just kind of giving it a little bit more. And he's going to come in a little bit short on that one. Let's see where Eric goes on this. Man, the more I watch Eric, the more my back hurts just looking at him take that torque.
Yeah, but he's got that skill. See Miles for a 2 shot.
Yeah.
He's laying it up, it looks like.
Yeah, just a safe layup. There's no real need to run at it from there. You're not probably going to make it.
Another layup there. Possibly running a little bit.
Maybe giving it a chance, but he's going to go a little bit long, have a comeback putt. And McCabe picking up a deuce.
Deuce. Loving it.
So he needed that one after the last few holes.
Yep.
Oh, man. So Sean's going to pick up a bogey where you need a birdie, and that means we're all tied up. Sean, Jared, and Miles are sitting, Sean and Jared are sitting at 6 under, Miles at 5 under. Hole 6, this one's tucked back to the left, so you're going to be throwing about 360. It's going to play more like 450 if you're really going for it. And Jared just ripping one out. Now, he plays fast. You notice I couldn't even get the camera focused on him before he teed off. And that's going to come crashing down. That's not a bad spot.
Let's see what Eric does here. He does not look happy with that shot.
No, he's not going to be happy with that one. And Teddy ripping one up the middle. That's going to look pretty good at it. And there's Miles taking one up, and yeah, he's up where the old pin is. Too bad it's not there today.
For sure.
And there's Sean trying to get a decent shot. But yeah, there's Eric stuck behind those trees. He's going to have to thumb it out there. And
yeah, that was not a good spot.
No, it doesn't look happy. And yep, still out. I'm taking a flick at it. He said he's been working on his flick shots, but really just using them to get out of trouble, and that's exactly where he was. So yeah, there's the rock wall where the pin's usually at. Is Sean just pitching out, and here's Miles. Got a nice look at it, but you don't want to run at it because that hill just keeps going past the basket, and yeah, he's going to play it smart and lay up.
Very smart.
That's why he's the pro.
There's Eric.
Oh, man.
Just a little short underneath it.
Yeah, sitting down below that basket. It's tough putting up those hills. And is that Ted in there? Just misses his par putt. And Sean catches chains, goes long, and here's a comeback putt for him.
Oh, that's not good.
Never want a 3-putt, especially if you're an open player in a big tournament.
There he goes, a good putt.
Yeah, Jared just taking an easy 3. Sean has to make this for his 3-putt. And there you go.
There we go. Refocus and put it in.
Yeah, I got to get that last one out. So Sean and Eric both taking a double bogey. Tet with a 4, and then Jared and Miles staying strong with 3s. And we've got a new leader finally, Jared at 6 under. Miles 1 back of him at 5. And hole 7 is going to play straight up the hill. It's in the long position, right in that gap between the trees. About 360, playing more like 400. So here we are, and Jared throwing a pretty decent shot, trying to get it up over those trees out to the right and just keep it safe.
Yeah, it should end up really well.
That's the tough part on here, isn't it? Like just trying to throw up that hill, but with these live oak and cedar trees, you really have no room to let it get down.
Yeah,
early.
it's a really tough course for sure.
And there comes Tet throwing one, just lacing it. There's a nice shot from up top, and just kind of seeing it air bounce.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
And coming in, yeah, just short, but he's not going to be in too bad of a position. Here comes Eric.
No, he's got the...
Probably throwing another giant. That's what he's been doing all day, and they've been working for him. Getting one nice shot coming in, and that's not going to be too bad. Let's see, here comes Sean. And his is going to die out a little earlier than he wanted to. Let's see, he's got a little bit of a tough shot coming uphill.
Yep.
Just trying to flick it out of trouble. There's Miles' first real look at the basket. Long putt just ends up a little bit right. And there's Ted. There's one of my familiar putts, is trying to flick something out from trouble.
A little flick putt.
Yeah.
Looks like he clipped something there, huh?
Yeah,
Possibly.
just getting a little low.
Oh, Miles missing that
Miles
shot.
really wanted that 3, and that looks like Eric tucked back in those bushes.
There's Eric.
Oh.
Just splashes out.
Yeah. Always feel like you want to have those back. There's Jared.
Yeah, that's a nice putt.
That's a good putt.
Kind of a death putt looking back down that hill.
So here we come up. We have Miles and Eric both taking a bogey. 4, Jared's still in the lead, saving his par, and 6 under. We have hole 8, or top of the world. Now it's going to play, guessing about 700, might be 8 or 9. Plays about 600 because you're teeing up way up there, and you just want to keep it up over the trees and keep from going right. And here comes Jared just ripping one down there.
Just bombing it.
Man. Makes you jealous watching these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Big arms. Look at that thing.
Yeah, that ends up nice. That is a monster drive.
I don't even think I could throw that far from the short tee pad. Here comes Teddy, and he's... That's not going to be too bad.
Should end up well. He should be happy with that shot.
See it floating down. Where we going to go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Almost takes out a spotter.
Almost took out 2.
Here comes Sean. Throwing that familiar orange. Think it was a Blizzard Destroyer. Throwing a little low.
Yeah, that's low. We'll see how this turns out.
Yeah, he might be in trouble.
Miles cranking one.
Man. Look at that thing. Oh, just starts to come in short. Yeah.
He'll be good right there for sure.
I think he was definitely throwing something stable to have that much fade off it with him. As fast as he threw it. And there's Eric.
Probably bombing that giant again, huh?
Yeah, he was looking like he was picking between a couple of them. Finally went with the blue one. Comes up a little short but bounces out. That's not going to be too bad.
Yeah.
There he goes. Looks like Sean stayed out of trouble, but he's got a little bit of work left for him. Throwing the big Annie up there. If it holds, it might be all right. And it looks like he's going to have a long putt at it.
There's Eric with his up shot.
Eric throwing a truth and getting close.
Oh yeah, he'll be happy with that one for sure. Miles coming up here.
Ripping one right down and just about makes it in.
Wow, that's a great shot.
Man. It's probably like a 1 in 10 shot for me, I'd say.
For sure.
Ted coming up a little bit short. Jared trying to get one in there and just clips a tree. It's going to pop out, but not what you want to have happen.
It's going to leave a long putt for him.
Definitely. Speaking of long putts, yeah, just didn't have enough to get through there. That tree looks like it might have been in his way, and Jared's got about a 45-footer.
Yeah.
Got to make this to save that par.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, that's just textbook.
Oh,
Catches
yeah.
it, almost gets out the backside, but stops.
Money.
Definitely what you want. Keep that momentum going. Keep the strokes. And Teddy, oh, just coming up a little short on that putt. So Ted and Sean are going to take a bogey, drop another stroke, and Jared's staying with a 6. Miles is close to him, sitting at 4 under. And we're going to come up on hole 9. Now, this is another one of those holes where you really got to get a birdie to try and keep a stroke on the rest of the field. It's only about 250.
It's a short one. Fun one, though.
It really is.
Great shot.
Jared throwing that, looked like a Champ Gator, I think, and taking a nice skip, and
nails it.
Is that in? Here, Cade down there, he's doing the other film, and yep, there's your ace, so congratulations.
Dang.
Now the question is, do you always put in for the ace pot?
Always.
Jared did not.
No, that's one he'll be missing.
Yeah, we talked to him afterwards, and he said it's bad luck for him. If he puts in for the ace pot, he plays poorly. But still, I think $1,800 or so would have been nice to have in my pocket.
Looks like Miles isn't too happy with that shot there.
No.
Had to follow up an ace. It's always a fun one to do.
Yeah.
Eric looks like he's throwing.
Looks like he's got a driver.
Truth, maybe, or
I don't know. But he's flying it at the basket and going a little bit long. He's going to be down in that gully, but he still looks like he got a putt at it. There's Teddy trying that same line that Jared threw, got the ace on it. Let's see what he can do with it.
it's close. It looks parked.
Yeah, just a little long. Didn't get that same kind of jump. That's really what you're looking for off that hard pan. And Sean going Spikeheiser at it. Hopefully he got enough on it. And no, he didn't. Came up a little short.
A little short. Leave him a pretty far putt here for sure.
Floating it, right off the rim of the basket. Good run though. And looks like Miles came up short too. And
About takes out Eric McCabe there.
Yeah. Thought you weren't supposed to go after your fellow sponsored players from the same team.
Oh, Eric just hitting off the top of the basket there.
Not having any luck. So Jared picking up 2 strokes, dropping at 8 with that ace. Tet picking up his birdie, and Eric missing. Miles and Sean both taking pars. So coming up to hole 10, about 320 again, a little bit uphill. Going to play about 350, 360. Nothing too complicated. Just can't go too far off the basket because there's OB behind it. And Jared teeing off, going with a big hyzer. Now that's really the shot that you want on here, isn't it, Mike? Just kind of that nice smooth hyzer coming into it.
I think so. Just get something to sit.
Yeah. Jared's going to be happy with that, just by the basket. Here's Teddy.
Let's see what he does here. Same shot.
Yeah, same, just try and keep that hyzer going. And
Come up short.
Yeah, a little short.
To the left. Back and to the left. Let's see what Miles does here.
Yep, throwing a nice big smooth hyzer, something stable, coming in. And takes up a tree with it, and he's going to have a good chance at a birdie.
Here comes E-Mac, tossing one up there.
You can tell he's serious. He's lost the hoodie for sure now.
For sure. Whoa!
Oh, man.
He almost hits that.
Give him about 3 feet, and it would have been back-to-back aces. There's Sean Worley trying to pick up some strokes and get back in the lead. And he's going to have a good long putt at it, but not too bad. And here's Eric for a long putt.
Just can't it. That's that world-class putting coming back right there.
Yeah. Definitely, you got to get that confidence going. If you're in a big tournament, you got to start making these putts. And looks like Jared didn't have the confidence in that one.
I don't know if he rushed that or what, but
I don't know. Just kind of a short arm putt a little bit.
Same with Miles there, huh?
Wow.
That's
Now,
unlike Miles, too. He's a pretty good putter for sure.
definitely those long arms get that leverage to it. And Sean picking up his looks. Is that for his par? We'll have to check here. And yeah, Sean picked up his par. Jared staying par, and looks like Eric's the only one to come out with that with a deuce, staying 1 under. Jared still leading at 8 under in hole 11. It's running about 300 feet. You got a nice little tunnel shot getting out there. No real room to go up and over. And the basket's going to be set out about 80, 90 feet out into the open to the right just a little bit. And Eric with the truth.
He throws that thing so smooth.
Oh, he does. Played with him the other day, and I had to bring out a Saint and a distance driver just to keep up with that thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Jared throwing one a little low, but looks like he gets a pretty decent skip off of what might have been a tree root.
Yeah, hell of a look at it. Long putt for sure.
Yeah, that seems to be what's going on today. There's a lot of long putts, and it's whoever's going to make those long putts is going to pick up the strokes on everybody. Teddy coming in just short.
Yep.
I noticed Teddy doesn't have that big arm, especially like Miles has, so he's having to play pretty smart against these guys. Miles coming out and right off the tree. He's not going to like that, but...
That was not tree love, that's
No.
for sure.
Look at that little cedar tree on the end, just kind of drags your focus, and everybody seems to be throwing over there. So
It's a magnet.
it is. Now you're getting back out into the open holes, and Miles taking a nice soft hyzer, just trying to keep the wind out of play as much as possible. Same with Sean. Take the hyzer in, and he parks it. So
Yeah, it's a great shot.
that is just when you need it.
Just getting out into the wind here, it gets tricky. Texas wind is pretty strong.
Oh, definitely. You can see Teddy's putter floating a little bit, but he's going to have an easy putt from there. Jared throwing at it just a little long.
There's Eric with a long deuce here. If he can make this putt.
Attention, you can cut it with a knife and drains it.
Just drains it. There you
Awesome
go.
putt.
He's getting that momentum going again, it looks like.
Miles with a shorter putt, don't want to go low like last time, and goes high and spits out. That's gotta hurt. So after hole 11, we've got Eric again with a lone birdie. Miles dropping a stroke back to 3 under. Jared's still keeping his par, sitting 8 under, and that brings us to hole 12 gold, tucked back in the trees for the tee box. About 860 wide open, and this is going to be a big headwind for these guys getting out there. So getting off the tee is going to be key to this hole.
Just a monster hole.
It is. There's Eric throwing it, and looks like he gets flipped over.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, right by the short tee box.
That headwind is flipping stuff.
It is. Now I played the amateur weekend the weekend before, and there was a $50 bounty on anybody who can get in on 3 on this hole, and nobody picked it up.
Wow.
So showing you how tough it is. And Teddy, again, not the long arm, so he's going with a roller to get out there.
Tell me if it's coming to us.
And looks like it's not going to stand up for him, so he's going to be just off the tee in the open, but definitely not as far as he needed to be there. And Sean with that Blizzard Destroyer again.
Yeah, he loves that thing.
He does. He's been throwing it all day long. But same with Eric throwing those giants.
Yeah.
Just whatever you got that's consistent, you trust it.
For sure.
Here's Miles. Let's see if Miles can get it all the way down to the basket. I bet he can. Just ripping one. Look at that.
This looks so carefree, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a bomb.
That is. Stays in and down. There's a sidewalk running left of there. And here's Eric trying to make up ground off of a bad tee shot and just rips one straight into the wind. You can kind of see it, and you can definitely hear it.
Wow, that's a great up shot there.
That is monstrous. He's got about 45 feet to the basket. And Teddy getting a good rip on that one, too.
And he put a lot into that one for sure.
He does. He can turn it on if you watch him play. And there you go. He's got about 70 feet for that one, I think.
Miles with his up shot.
Yeah, surprised he didn't get to the basket in one. Coming in, playing that hyzer. Look at that thing moving in there. Takes a big skip.
He'll have a good putt for sure.
Yeah. But you're going to have to be careful with these putts. That wind's really starting to pick up, and you don't want to fly one past the basket and get yourself in trouble. Look at that, Sean saying that Blizzard Destroyer just rolling right past the basket. That's a great shot.
Thanks money for him today.
It is. One of those traveling Innova sponsored players. Is he? No, he's team disqualified.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's been picked up by Innova yet. They might want to take a look at him today.
For sure.
And here is one of your Innova players, Jared, throwing one up, keeping it nice and safe under the wind.
That's the way to do it. Let's see Eric here. This is going to be for a 3, I believe.
This is a 3 save for him, and
boom.
Oh, man.
Just nails that putt. See what Miles got here.
Yeah, taking it safe. I don't think he wanted to miss like those last two.
Yeah.
Here's Sean.
Oh, that's a money putt right there. Good job.
Picking up that 3. So that brings us to the end of our first half. We've got Jared picking up a bogey. He's still sitting at the lead at 7 under. And we've got Sean jumping back into second at 3 under. Miles, Tet, and Eric both sitting at 2 under. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And Mike, thanks again. We'll see you around for part 2. You guys take care.